Hello, welcome to another Molten stream. Today we're going to be playing this spicy little number. This one came to me yesterday. I was thinking about the using Reclaimer and Lurrus. Like we played that black-green Reclaimer deck probably like 2 weeks ago or something. And I was thinking of using that in a different context. So I built like a couple of different ideas. And this is the one that I like the best. So this is the one that had most potential, and then I tried to think about potential other shells. So something like this, something like this. So this is what we're gonna be cooking with today, because I think this is definitely the coolest shell. So we have a Reclaimer going on, of course, with alongside Wrenn 6, and the new addition is going to be Sloggin. We tried this one in a Wrenn 7 shell, and it was actually kind of cool, so we're going to be giving it another shot right now. It's a 3-mana 3/3 trample ooze. Whenever a land is put into your graveyard from anywhere, you put a +1/+1 counter on this guy. So it triggers off of your Ghost Quarters, it triggers off of your fetch lands, it triggers off of your Urza Sagas dying, or it triggers off of any land that you sacrifice with Reclaimer. And then when you can remove 3+1/+1 counters in order to bounce it back to your hand, so we can play around sweepers and removal and stuff like that. And when it leaves the battlefield, so whether because you bounce it or whether because because it dies, you still get the effect of effectively a loam. You return up to 3 land cards from your graveyard to your hand. So it works pretty nicely with all of these synergies that I was enumerating earlier. I was also considering adding cycle lands, because this would trigger off of cycle lands as well. Unfortunately, I think that if we're doing like some DRC Unholy Heat, like probably cycle lands are not going to be something that we can afford to play. We can try it down the line, but I think I'd rather have access to Ghost Quarter and Urza Saga than cycling lands. Though that is certainly another approach that we can try for trying to break this bad boy. The rest of the shell has, just some busted cards like DRC. Also, I guess DRC combos with this, right? Yeah. Nice. Nice. So I actually hadn't thought about this interaction until specifically right now. So you see how busted this deck is in nature, some removal and Holy Heat Bolt. As I was saying, we're playing sagas, so we have Soulguide Lanterns, Shadow Spear, and Aether Spellbomb alongside the 4 copies of Bubble, so we can find stuff off Saga. And then Iteration, which is just kind of a busted magic card. So yeah, we're playing some copies of this. There's also the Lonesome Explosives. I think that this could probably be something else, but I wanted to have at least 2 copies as catch-alls against stuff like Rhinos and whatnot. And I thought that, by putting one in the main deck, we get to like free up some cyber slots. Again, I'm trying to cover a bunch of things with the cyber. So we have Blusterstorm and Dispute as counter magic, Alpine Moon against Tron, Biting Needle to go fetch off Saga, Torpor Orb against Elementals, Void Mirror against Cascade, same with Chalice, Pulse of Murasa against Burn and against Grindy decks, and Force of Vigor against stuff like Hammer and whatnot. So yeah, so this is what we got going on. We're gonna see how this fares through a league. Again, like this was all experimental thinking, so I have no idea how this is gonna play out in the format. So we're gonna find that out together. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you for number 1. All right, here we go. I think this is literally my first time casting Dragon's Release Channeler in Constructed, so this is pretty exciting. Obviously, we're gonna keep this in. Gonna fetch for Stomping Ground. Yeah, we probably have to bin that guy, right? Nah, let's keep it. That by iteration. Trying to put Ludo Delta. So I guess we're gonna see what we find here, and Holy Heat. It's kind of awkward. think I'm gonna play a Goifo. And I guess just swing for one. They don't know about the removal spell, which is good. Like, this island is kind of biting me. Goif finally playing a real deck, yeah. Goif really is the only way to make decks real, right? I'm gonna kill the DRC. We actually won that. Yeah, we actually won that. So I think they're just gonna kill my DRC here. Lightning bolt. Okay, it doesn't feel as bad because it was gonna get got anyway. If they beat a creature, I'm gonna be pretty upset, but they don't. Okay, so this is fine. Keep that up. Swing for one. Swing for 5, I guess. So it's a little bit more than 1. I should have also just bubbled them right there, probably. Yeah, maybe I should have bubbled them right there. Monkey. We got him, chat. Wait. All right. So I'm assuming that they're playing the Shadow deck. So I'm going to be bringing in explosives. Pulse of Murasa. That's probably about it. What just happened? My opponents skipped through their combat step and they conceded the game. Just a good old shame concede. Little bit of an early concession, if you ask me, honestly. Like, they could have found out so much more information about my deck. Welcome to me playing Magic in real life. I mean, you can't really skip your combat step in real life, right? Spider-Man meme. I think I'm just gonna go basic mountain bubble. There's nothing that I would want to play on turn 2. And I guess saving the fetches for Slugger is better. This is obviously pretty bad for us. We're gonna need to find a removal spell here. Yeah, we're gonna shuffle that one away. Bolt. doing this on upkeep. So if they want to do something, if they want to do something like draw on the lock, it takes up their turn, right? Rewarded for good plays feels good. Yeah, it does. I was probably not gonna be casting this Gurk, the Gurk anyway here. I want to cast it after I, when I get to the point that I can get back a Saga or something. I don't know how you did it, but you made it. I know all of us have learned it from you. Yes, I've been old for a while. Being old is fine though. Being very old is a problem. No! My Slogurk! Don't take my Gurk! Not my Gurk! I think my opponent's probably gonna take the bolt. Okay. So we're gonna have this fetch land chilling in play then. Hehe. Play that one. Fetch for a stomping ground. Kill that one. Attack for 3. What's a fogey? Fogy? Fogy? Uh-oh. My opponent's playing Shadow. They are. And they're also probably playing Dress Down. So I guess I can't really make a token now. So they have Dress Down, which is very problematic. We just lose to it. There's nothing we can do. Oh, yeah, do also. Well, I guess we don't actually lose to that. Go down 4. So that plays around Soul Guide, which is kind of annoying. Gonna have to spell bomb here. Just not the best. Yeah, but we can't play around the dress down, so unfortunately we just, you know, kind of have to. Dress down just beats us. Where are my iterations? I want to see my iterations. Rookies in fun, whether I get my all wizard powers to speed up time. I don't know, you've been slacking with that, Steps. Okay. Engineered explosives. Engineered explosives off the top. I think I'm gonna cycle looking for explosives. Pulse of Murasa. Am I getting back Slugger here? Yeah, I think so. 1, 2, 3. I should have actually done this on their upkeep, I guess. That was a mistake, because now they could have a counter spell. They probably have drowns in their deck. Yeah. So now we get a champ block. Unless they have another removal spell. If they have the removal spell, we're just dead. Changes, changes, changes. I don't think we want Fluster. Maybe we do want Fluster. No, we don't want Fluster. Dude, Pulse is sick. It's Colligan's command, but green. That's Pulse of Marasa. Just Colligan's command, but green. So better. Because it's green, by definition, it's just better. I love Pulse too. Why do you think I'm playing it? I think this card is great. I think it's legit very good. It's Colligan's command, timely reinforcements, split card. If that makes sense. It's an instant speed Colligan's command / timely reinforcements. It's great. How is Logork working? I don't know. It's my first match. Guess we keep this. I think I'm gonna play Goif here. And next turn I'm gonna play his second Goif plus Heat. My opponent can bolt this Goif. But they can't grow their DRC. and they can't hit it, so. You open the fancy one? Nice. So now my dude is a 3/4. So I think we play second Goyf. And with those triggers on the stack, we kill that. They take Wrenn obviously because I have a Saga going. But now this is a 6/7. And we have an answer to Shadow. Alpine Moon. I mean, we have the answer to that. And that grows the Goyf to 7/8. So they better have another Terminate, because it's not gonna end up well for them otherwise. Just can't seem to get around hating Goyf. I just can't stop. Dude, Goyf is sick. Soul Guide Lantern. I guess I'm not doing this actually. Just pass the turn. Because my opponent has already 6 things, right? Because of the Alpine Moon when I crack this. So this means that they cannot kill my Goyf. And they can also not put a shadow in front of the Goyf in order to stop it. So I think this actually locks it up. Again, Dress Down. Dress Down is the only thing that can get me here. But we beat everything short of Dress Down or another Terminate. Another Terminate would also do it. But we do get everything else. I think I do crack on end step. That's not Terminate mana. That is not Terminate mana. Yep. Goyf too strong. See you next round. Alright, we got a Reclaimer. We're missing some lands. I think I'm gonna keep this though. How you doing, Kevin? Turn 1 Reclaimer. Land. I will take it. So I can play Goyf, or I think I'm gonna fix my mana for Wrenn. Just gonna fix my mana for Wrenn. It's just a value card. kind of weird. So I guess the concept is we're just jamming Ragaman into literally everything. That seems to be the idea. This is looking solid so far. We can kill this whenever we want. Next turn, we're gonna get back Saga. Can play Goyf. Flicker Wisp. You got it. Like, I mean, I guess you got me. Would like to play an Ursa Saga, please. Here's a Tarmogoyf. What else do we got? They still can't kill the Wrenn. Leonin Arbiter, of course. Good old Leonin Arbiter. I think that's fine. This bolt seems more valuable. Of course. Lightning bolt too strong. Right, so engineered explosives. Biting needle. Pulse of Murasa. Force of Vigors. I could bring in Torpor Orb. Do we really care for Torpor Orb? Not really. Reclaimer is often pretty awkward in this matchup. I guess they could have apparitions and stuff. The problem is that explosives I'm very likely to want to blow up onto. Why 3 Tarmas? I mean, I can only play so many cards, right? I like this. If I want to play Slogurk, like something needs to give. They can't be playing Blood Moon, right? I don't want to play explosives on 2 because my opponent can just play a Flicker Abyss and blink my explosives and they blow me out. Also, I can get more value from it, I guess. Caldra complete. Force of Vigor. That's actually not good enough. Because it does the same as the explosives, except it does it worse, right? Blue, red. So, hand, bottom, play. Heat. Path to Exile. Sure. Why not play the Torpor one too? Because I'm planning on blowing up the engineered explosives. Why would I want to blow up my own Torpor? Think multiple turns in advance, folks. Don't just think about the turn that's right there in front of your face. Think about, you know, what's going to happen on the following turn. Like, what is my plan? Like, if my plan is to blow up everything on x equals 2, why would I want to blow up my own Torpor? Just makes no sense. This wisp is kind of scary though. Pro red is a problem. I'm just gonna have to hard cast the force on this Sword of Fire and Ice. I think I care about the damage. Interesting. So I can go find something, or I can just let this go. The thing is that something is the Aether Spell Bomb, which I kind of want. But I think I'm going to spend this turn to play Torpor. I'm going to let that go. And then next turn we can suit up Shadow Spear onto the construct. We can buy the Needle Name Giver and play Spear and suit up the construct, and we can raise the Batterskull. This Torpor should be pretty good at making it so my opponent's stuff doesn't do as much. I guess it's also that. So this allows me to... Okay, so... Hand, bottom, play that. Play Goif, which is fairly large. I die to something like Maul of the Skyclaves or whatever. Oh, or that. I also died to that. I also died to that one. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. I think this is fine. Am I feeling lucky? Am I feeling lucky? Okay, this hand is much better. And it's guaranteed that I'm gonna resolve the Wrenn, so Forge Tender. It's kind of cute. I think I'm gonna save the fetch land for Sluggerk. Oh yes, Needle Spires. Oh yes. Opponent finally decides to ignore the Wrenn. Skyclave Apparition. I guess they're not ignoring. It's pretty interesting. So I think what that tells me is that my opponent has a Flicker Wisp or another apparition in hand. Monkey. To be fair, that's really good for them. Two matches so far, two monkey gamers. Wait, what? Quick. Not sure how I feel about that play. I can tell you that I don't feel good at all about the fact that we are flooding. Green, blue. I don't think my opponents have ever whiffed on a monkey trigger. I have yet to experience an opponent whiffing on a monkey trigger. That is just not a feasible thing. Sure. Am I ready to pack it up? I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to pack it up. I feel like we got very, very unlucky that game. Unfortunate. Alright, see you next round. Alright, what do we got here? This hand kind of slaps. We'll love to see a little bit of removal. Opponent moves to 4. It's kind of scary. Could be Tron. Could be something like Dredge. If it is Dredge, I'm gonna go turn 1 Saga, so we can get a Soul Guide Lantern going. It's Tron. So I'm gonna go turn 1 Reclaimer so we can get Ghost Quarter going. And we really have to find a Wrenn 6. Hey! Opponent is the professional Tron gamer. If they don't have Tron here, though, it's not Tron. Sweet. Reclaimer, Reclaimer, Reclaimer. This is where we have the Ghost Quarter in the main deck. We have Ghost Quarter in the main deck, right? I did multiple iterations of this of the deck list, and I'm like, wait. Oh, I should have played Saga. Whoops. Land. Easy. Forces, Alpine Moon, Spidey Needle. Is this even good? This is just not good against Tron, right? This is not even worth bringing in. That is not even worth bringing in. Voidmare is actually worth some amount of tickets in Magic Online, which is funny. I passed many of these. I have passed very many of those in the MH2 queues. Got the same line. I'm gonna play a basic island on turn 2. Okay, so this time they do have it. The only problem is Blast Zone now, right? Like Blast Zone blows us out of the water, but 3-4. Let's go, Minigoif. And what I'm gonna name is gonna name the one that's in their hand, right? Because it forces, if they want access to the mana fixing, they actually have to play that as their land for a turn. It's a lot of 1-drops though. Sure, playing basic forest instead of, you know, strictly better basic forest. There's the Blast Zone, which means that we're looking for Biting Needle now. Huh. Okay. Pivot. I love this deck already, man. I fucking love this deck already. Let's see that Surgical Extraction. So I guess they can complete Tron this turn, so I'm just gonna plus one Gorge here to put a DRC into play. Next turn we get back the Ghost Quarter. I guess they could have like some form of Graveyard Hate, maybe. I still think this is correct. I love that we have like these different ways of attacking their attacking their mana. We have the Alpine Moon way, and then we just have like this silly Reclaimer for Ghost Quarter plus Wrenn 6 aspect. Interesting. Crucible is very interesting. Blast Zone again. I mean, we're gonna go score that one, I guess. I probably want that one on top. Hand, bottom, exile. It's another DRC on top. Well, we probably don't want that. The thing is that we can just develop mana here. We can just develop our mana here. If they have Swag Tusk, this is kind of bad. Breath. I love how these random engineered explosives ended up actually mattering. So we have to dodge one turn, which is unfortunate. Because there's no need, like if I play the Ghost Quarter and just blow up their shit, it just doesn't do anything, right? They just replay it with Crucible, so we have to get rid of their stuff first. So they're gonna have Tron for one turn. We just have to dodge something too good. That qualifies as something too good. We have some unholy hits. We do have some unholy hits. We have backup Wrenns, so that's not really a big deal. We gotta find an unholy hit though. It's not it. So I can't cast it even if I go again, so I guess I can't do that. Oh, I should have played Ghost Quarter. What am I doing here? Yeah, I fucked it up. I fucked this turn up. I could play a Wrenn to force another activation of another minus, but I had to play the Ghost Quarter. I couldn't really afford to play the Saga, so I had to get Reclaimer. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. I think I'm supposed to Wrenn ping. So that I can pressure with Saga. If they have a Mog or a Karn, I'm probably dead here. Well, that gets the Mog. They already have the Ulamog. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I feel like I could have bought at least one more turn if I had played a little bit tighter. We were drawing some blanks, so probably not, but the explosives shouldn't have been there though. Definitely the engineer explosives shouldn't have been in the deck. It just ended up working out, but it was just like a very weird coincidence. Like it was still bad. Crucible in the main deck is interesting though. Crucible in the main deck is very, very interesting. That's not stock, I'm pretty sure. We have no pressure to speak of. So I have multiple ways of getting value from these fetch lands, so I think I'm just going to play that tapped. Maybe it's even better for me to play Copperline Gorge, actually. Can buy the Needle Chromatic Star. That one's not bad. And then we're going to have to buy Needle on Blast Zone. Pressure. I'll take that one. So I just gotta put another Reclaimer in play, and I'm gonna draw another card. So hand, bottom, exile, play this. Get Stomping Grab. Play another one of these dudes. I'm gonna need the card, so. They're drawing Chromatic Star. Next turn we're gonna have to Pie the Needle and then some. Probably gonna activate one of these Reclaimers. Shadow Spear is not great. Shadow Spear is not a great draw there. It's almost enough pressure, but it's not quite. It's almost enough pressure, but not quite. So we still have to top deck. We got one more draw step. They're looking at so many cards though. They don't play the other star. Weird. So I think here I'm actually gonna get. I'll play Shadow Spear, and I think I'm gonna go get Ursa Saga instead of Ghost Quarter. So we can start spitting out some constructs. And that makes a land drop actually a good draw. This is a house of cards though, right? Like if my opponent blows this up, then they just get everything else. Expedition map is fine. Again, unless they have something like Thrag Daddy. Yabimaya is probably bad news for us because maybe it means that they have Force. The good thing is that they probably have to hardcast the Force. DRC. We may be able to raise them. Next turn we're swinging for lethal, so my opponent needs to do something here. I think we're gonna get there. Again, unless they have Thragtusk. Thragtusk actually stops me on my tracks. Fog? Fog would be brutal. Though if my opponent has Fog, they're a legend. They're an absolute legend. And it's kind of nice that this Saga dying actually turns up the DRC by itself. I don't even need to Unholy Heat something. It just turns itself on. Moments, peace like Tron. Yeah, exactly. Some silliness like that. That would be a blowout. But it looks like mini Goyfs are gonna be able to get there against the all menacing mono green Tron. Also, Also, how the hell am I 6 minutes ahead on clock, opponent? Anamorphose into double white into cycle the wreckage. That would be strong. Why are we 6 minutes ahead of my mono green Tron opponent? Who knows? Who knows? All right. Let's see what we can do here. Upkeep. Mini Goif does it again. Opponent has disconnected. They did not appreciate Mini Goif beating them. See you next round. Alright, here we go. My opponent's rocking the 61 hard special. And we are dealt a reasonable opener. I can do this. Put a lot of time into Amulet, finally trying to learn it for real, and officially got to do the triple Amulet Chain Titans line. Nice. Yeah, I mean, that is like the flashy stuff, but that is definitely not at all the cool stuff that Amulet does. In my opinion, that's like the boring aspect of Amulet. Because that kind of stuff is just like memorizing the patterns, and once you do, it just kind of does itself, you know? The reason why Amulet is such a good deck and such a fun deck for me personally is that we just have so many, like the times where things don't work your way, those are the good times, you know? Missing land drops, you say, huh? So I hear you're missing land drops over there. I hear you're missing land drops over there. Don't mind me. Just don't mind me. We're gonna get Steam Vents here. Bold. I think I'm keeping it bold. Well, I don't know if it's a lock because my opponent's eventually going to draw something, right? If they find land, red source, kill your blood menu, the party ends, right? I am, however, going to do this right now. So we're not going to be able to get full value off of this iteration. So we're just going to do that right there. Forces, explosives. That's kind of it. Fluster and Dispute sound pretty bad. It's pretty funny how that game turned out. I would imagine this is a miserable matchup for us. Like, we are exactly the kind of deck that my opponent wants to play against. But it's pretty funny how everything worked out there. And that's why you play the matches, right? I was thinking about something better than Force of Vigor, because we don't really have that many green cards. We're definitely very, very low in the green cards department. But I just could not find anything. Like, it's just so strong, right? I guess I'm gonna bubble them. It's a good one to know about. Do I play Wrenn here? I think I don't play Wrenn here. I think I actually get a basic island, and I swing for 1. I could activate a Reclaimer. I guess if I was gonna activate a Reclaimer, I fucked up and I shouldn't have done it like this. I shouldn't have fetched my basic, because now... Nah, this is fine, actually. Because I can just play the Wrenn and just get the island back, so it's whatever. I don't like where this is going, though. And with the Blood Moon information being face up, this is just extra awkward, right? The fact that I know that they have Moon makes things super weird. So our best draw is Engineered Explosives. I actually think that if we find engineered explosives, we may be in okay shape. Yeah. I think that we're in okay shape if we find exactly explosives off the top. Explosives. Hand, bottom, play. Alright, Gurk! Can we please make it there in time? I think that my opponent's gonna pop off this turn, so this was exactly 1 turn too late, unfortunately for me. Exactly 1 turn too late. That's brutal. I want the Reclaimer to remain a 3/4, so. So I guess I'm gonna have to explosives on. If I explosives on 3, the engine is still there. We know they have a Blood Moon. If I EE for 3, blow both of these up. I think I needed to draw exactly Force of Vigor there. That was the only way that I could win. Yes. Whoop. Yes. This is a problem. So I can play Shadow Spear. Just all the different things just don't really do anything, though. I think I have to explosives on 2. Which also blows up my Wrenn, which isn't pretty, but... I just have to hope that they don't have another engine. That they cannot get going again with like a bunch of mana and stuff. Or pretty dead, I would imagine. They add another Cephas. Yeah, this is probably game. I guess I could draw Force. We do still have some bolts going on. No, the GQ lock just doesn't work. I knew for a fact that my opponent had Blood Moon in hand because we bubbled them. So we had information about that. So my only out was to kind of bottleneck them on mana, which they only have 1 green mana at this time, but you know, now they drew this, so now they don't anymore. So we need a bolt for this. Bolt, Force. Another land doesn't quite do it, unfortunately. This prevents damage, so I don't gain the life even, so it's better for my Reclaimer to just stay back. But now that they have their mana unlocked, now we're not coming back from this. Yep, it's a lot of cards and mana. It's a lot of cards and mana. Choose white. They have infinite white mana. Whew. Must feel nice to just tap this and all of a sudden 7 mana show up. Digger does seem pretty slow. Alright, game 3. This hand looks excellent. Let's keep it. This hand looks very, very good. So let's go get Stomping Ground. Starts putting on the pressure. Turn 2, we're gonna get a basic forest. I think we Saga on 3. I think we Saga on 3. That answers the question, by the way. That's a Sloggin. Opponent has conceded from the game. Too much pressure. Phew. That's obviously a terrible matchup for us. We got pretty lucky there that my opponent got mana screwed games 1 and 2. Yeah, 1 and 3. But yeah. I mean, that's how you mulligan, right? See you next round. Let's go. So we go turn 1 Reclaimer. Of a Breeding Pool? I think so. Of a Stomping Ground though, right? My experience has been that red is the more steep mana requirement because a bunch of your 1-drops are red, so very often you want to double spell with red spells. But we already have the basic mountain. So I think I'm going to go with Breeding Pool. Actually, I should have left back to block, because if this is Yawgmoth and they have String of Rootgeist here, they're gonna get to kill my Wrenn. So yeah, maybe that was a mistake on my part. Yeah, it is Yawg. They're gonna get to kill my Wrenn now. Oh, iteration. Okay, so would I rather have a Goyf or another Reclaimer? I guess I can have both, right? Is that better than the draw from Bubble? Probably. Yeah, so let's go hand, bottom, exile, plus get a Stomping Ground. Play Reclaimer. And say go. So now even if they have a Yawgmoth, I can kill it with Wrenn plus Bolt. They do have Yawg. Well, that obviously has to die. So let's kill that. We gotta put more pressure here. Next iteration of this deck is to cast Slugger, go Naya, and play Lurrus. Actually, it was the other way around. Actually, it was the other way around. I built this first, and then that's how, and then I just ended up in the Teamer thing. But the Naya version came first. But I wanted iteration. I just wanted to have access to expressive iteration, and I just couldn't fit 4 colors. And how was it? I haven't tried it. What's up, Amp? How you doing? So now this dies to a Bolt, which is nice. But I think my opponent's planning to just Evo the Wall of Roots here for a Yawgmoth. Now you consider playing Thought Scour helps the Goy for and 6 is lower. I was also thinking about one Regent. No? Thought Scour is awful. I would play Consider before Thought Scour. And I wouldn't play Regent in this deck. Your graveyard is already super taxed. You don't want to exile your cards. That's a lot of mana. Oh, it's a Chord. Oh, okay. Chord for 3. I imagine they're either getting Grist or... I would say they're going to get the 3-drop, right? Like Giraffe Messenger. Yeah. Because they're trying to set up a turn to kill me with Yawgmoth, so... So it's going to be important for us to make sure that we have as much pressure as we can. So we can swing for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if we find a Bolt, we win. And we have this iteration to look for it. We have 2 iterations to look for it. We whiffed. We whiffed there. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I kill my own Wrenn, that doesn't grow the Goif enough. Sam Give, thank you for the raid. Welcome everybody from Sam Give stream. Those were not some very good expressive iterations, I must say. Just gonna hold up mana to kill one of the things that they can kill me with. So they can swing me for 3. This makes it so this is awkward for them to tap for mana. I'm just trying to make their Yawgmoth as bad as it can be. And now we're gonna go to 3. So the Evil, the Wall of Roots. They should have attacked first, for what's worth. They should have 100% attacked first. So now they can't activate Yawg. Can't get Twitch low, but like, yeah, thank you, Sam. Appreciate it. Got him. Pitting Needle. And I guess that's it. I guess that's it. Torpor Orb. It doesn't really do anything, right? Because it's not Hushbringer. So it only stops the Drain 2 from her Gerald's Messenger, right? That's all that it stops. Doesn't seem like enough. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't think it's enough. How do we feel about Fluster? We don't really have very good options here for this matchup. Don't really have particularly good. The perfectest of manas. I think I'm gonna keep this, but we're gonna ship this Slowwork. You know how Young Wolf is the monkey's worst nightmare? Well, Eldritch Reclaimer is the Young Wolf worst nightmare. I'm next leveling my opponent who is next leveling. I can play Goifo here. The only problem with playing the Goif is that we die to Eldritch Evolution, right? I mean, we don't die, but they draw their deck, and it's going to be really hard when they draw, 19 cards. It's really hard to beat that, I think we're going to pass. Explosives doesn't clean shit, that's the problem. I think I'm getting a Saga. I think I arrived at the superior line. It puts another type in the grave and helps get rid of Geist, but your line is better. Yeah, but it doesn't, right? Like, I'm just trading 4 mana and like a Time Walk and a half in order to get rid of half of my opponent's like Geist. That's just not a good deal. you know? That is just not a very good deal. So do we accept that we just lose to... Because I probably have to kill the Grist, right? Now, which removal spell do I use? Probably the Bolt. Because the Ursa Saga is gonna turn the heat into a deal 6. Yeah, I think that I think that's the better line. Like, they can't draw infinite here. And the Goif is a very, very good roadblock. Another Grist is also pretty good. I don't think I can pass up on the token, right? It's really awkward with having drawn the DRC. It's super close with having drawn the DRC there, but... And I can just needle name Yawgmoth. I can also needle name Grist. I think I'm gonna needle Grist. Needle name Yawgmoth, take care of feature that I know. Yeah, I know, but I am dying to this Grist, right? So, I'd rather not die to the card that's literally killing me right now, as opposed to, you know, potentially not dying to a Yawgmoth off the top. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think I can afford to do that. BG Saga, they bring in Grixis. They don't play Rex Sage anymore. They play the 2-mana version, which I think it's better, to be honest. I'm gonna take 5 down to 4. If we find a land... That we've ski. That we've ski. We're gonna need the Shadow Spear to get out of this mess, so I'm just gonna chill here. We're gonna put the Shadow Spear on the bottom. I mean, Calling Ritual would be great for me here. Yeah, the Werewolf is actually pretty good. I like the Werewolf a lot. At 2 mana, it's just pretty great. The good thing here is my opponent doesn't really have great attacks as is. Never mind, they do. Clothis? I had never seen Clothis out of Yawgmoth. I mean, obviously we can't beat Clothis. Not with the Shadow Spear being at the bottom of the deck. The Gurk made it exactly 1 turn too late. Dude, Clothis! That's a lot. Clothis is a lot. Just the explosives are so inefficient. The explosives are so inefficient. Well, this hand's gasoline. Yeah, the Yawg mana is just heinous. I would be very surprised if they play the Magus of the Moon. I mean, we don't care, right? Like we're all of our removal is base red, so it's not like it would be particularly good against us anyway. But That fucking Geist got me good. That Geist got me real good. Now we're gonna name Yawgmoth. Yeah, keep that one on top actually. Tron Physician. There's another heat on top of my deck. I think I'm just gonna kill this. And just like getting there for one. I wouldn't have done that if I didn't know that there's a heat on top of my deck, but by doing that, I'm making their Grists worse, and I'm also making their evolutions worse. Opponent kind of punished for not attacking Wrenn last turn. They still go face. Okay. Whatever you say, OP. Who am I to judge anyways? I think I'm gonna make the same play I just did. Yep. We keep that one too. Attack. Make trade? Nope. We go face. Yep. Yep. Opponent has their goals very well set up, you know? They know what they're about. That's a Yawgmoth, which doesn't do anything. So we can, man, we have a lot of options here. We can Shadow Spear. I think we just Soul Guide. Swing. Get back Saga, play Saga. Oh, should have attacked with Construct. Honestly, I forgot that this one was not Summoning Sick anymore. What's up, Talk Titan? Most of red base now except Hammer, which is mono white. Amulet obviously blowouts. What do you mean, Magus? Are we talking about Magus right now? The whole concept of playing Magus in Yawgmoth just... Like, this is a deck that gets coast. That gets completely host by Magus. Absolutely destroyed by the Magus. Can I present lethal here? 3 plus 4 plus 5, that's 13. Yeah, this is lethal. So we can force a chump. The classic player ran just to achieve the Delirium line. Go to combat. Hopefully we don't get punished by the damage that I missed last turn. No endurance one time. Endurance will be pretty good. Endurance will be pretty good. We can kill the Endurance though. And that means that they don't have this Cord in hand anymore, and we're still beating them down with these constructs. So this is, it's a little bit awkward because now I have to unholy hit the Endurance. Man, this card is just so busted. Yeah, I don't think I want to draw that. Do I not want to draw this? It gains me life. I'm gonna be pretty ahead on life anyway. My opponent's gonna go down to 5 because they're taking 8. I know we don't have a graveyard, but like I'm thinking, do I care about the life? I can put a land in my graveyard if I want to. Like that's not really a big deal. So is 3 mana gain 6 life worth it? That is the question. That is the only question that matters right now. Is a card that says 3 mana gain 6 life a card that I'm interested in drawing next turn? So I guess what we can do is we can leave it on top and we can shuffle it away with Tarn if we feel like things don't work out. I mean, I have a Wrenn going. Like, I'm gonna buy back the Saga next turn anyway. Can ping them down to 2? Down to 3? I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. Because it makes the DRC lethal if I can enable Delirium next turn. And if my opponent wants to attack the Wrenn this turn, that's fine. Like, that's another blocker that's not there for my constructs. So I think this is good enough. We can draw Bolt. We can, yeah. I think I'm gonna draw it. I think it's gonna matter enough. They just pack it. Boom. All right. All right. All right. First showing of the deck. No fine tuning whatsoever. And we got ourselves a 4-1. Not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So, let me find this thing. Here. So the sideboard felt just horrible, right? Yeah, their sideboard was just bad. Cool, Cacao, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Coming back for 6 months. Really, really appreciate you coming back. Can I get some hype from my friend Simon to get him to play Amulet in a Sunday tournament? I mean, do you not like your friend Simon? You're just want him to play Amulet, lose some money. Nah, it's good stuff though. Is Gurkin good? It didn't, like, we just didn't really draw it. But like this guy is there for the grindy matchups, right? We just didn't play against any grindy matchups really. Played against a bunch of combo and aggro. I definitely want the 4th Goyf though. I do think, if anything, I do think that the 4th Goyf is better than the 2nd Slogurk. I could see cutting something else, but to make room for that. But I think that I like all of these. I think I like my lands. I could see doing 3 and 3 here. The deck does kind of beat down, like 3-4 on the Reclaimer kind of matters, so Bolt actually mattered more than I thought it would. We could also just cut the Slugger and just play another Unholy Heat, but then we're gonna be a lot worse against, you know, decks that want to grind. We would have access to more removal though, and I feel like I want the 4th Heat in the sideboard at least, if it's not gonna be in the main deck. I don't think I'm feeling the disputes. Maybe the flusters are fine. I have so much sideboard for the Cascade decks. I wonder if it's even worth it. Force of Vigor was honestly kind of just bad, but I don't know if I really have any other options. I don't know if I have really any other options. Is this my brew? Yeah. Wrenn Saga iteration just definition of grind though. It is, but like control decks are fucked up right now, man. The control decks are pretty fucked up with how good they are. Also, there are cards like Rest in Peace and stuff like that, and I just have no real efficient ways to get rid of a Rest in Peace. Like we don't really have Wear Tear, we don't really have access to stuff like that, which is kind of rough. What if I put Ursa and Ragavans? So you want me to just completely erase this deck and build a new one? Because that's what you're telling me. You're telling me delete this deck and build a new deck that is completely different. $25 lands could be a lot. Not really. Not really. You have very, very steep mana requirements, and these are not lands. These are not lands, right? These cards don't cast my iterations, and they don't cast my Wrenns. They also don't cast any of these spells, so I don't think that these are lands. I don't count these as being lands, because they don't cast any of the spells on curve. Like you would say, would you keep a 2-lander? But if that 2-lander is Breeding Pool Ursa Saga, you cannot keep that. That's a 1-lander. You know what I'm saying? So you look at the land count and you say, oh, that's a lot of lands, but in reality, it's not. Ragavan instead of Reclaimer. I'm trying to play a fucking Reclaimer deck, man. Let me play a Reclaimer deck, okay? If I wanted to play a Ragavan deck, I wouldn't be brewing. I would be just net decking somebody else. I'm trying to play a brew with a card that I like. Give me a break, please. Please give me a break. Jeez. Like I know that Ragavan is better. Like I know that. It just Reclaimer did a lot of work. That's true. That's true. I think that Reclaimer becomes a lot better whenever you have a shell that actually has a bunch of other threats that your opponent wants to be removing. So Reclaimer is not great if you're going turn 1 Reclaimer and then you don't play another threat until turn 3, but it is pretty good when you're going turn 1 Reclaimer, they kill it, and then you go turn 2 DRC, and now they don't have an answer to the DRC. What about Buried Ruin? Have you read what that card does? That card is unplayable. I'm already telling you how my mana sucks, and you want me to put more colorless lands that in this. I mean, these cards are fucked up, right? Like Ursa Saga is messed up, and Ghost Quarter is like enough of an upside that I'm willing to play it. Well, like, what am I getting back? I can just Buried Ruin back my Mishra's Bubble. For value. It's a hard way to do it. That's a really hard way to build a Lurrus. You know? Wrenn 6 plus Buried Ruin plus Mishra's Bubble. How about 1 K-Tron instead of one of the shocks? No. No K-Tron, but I was considering, I was actually thinking about potentially playing 1 Tranquil Thicket. That's something that I was thinking about doing that league. Maybe 1 Tranquil Thicket could be okay. Play 1 Titan as a Wincon. Yeah, of course. It lets you loop explosives. I mean... why would I ever want to do that? And also, why, if I wanted to do that, let's say that I wanted to do that, why would I be doing that instead of just playing Academy Ruins? I'm playing blue already. Sacrificing the land seems worse than putting the card on top. What if you cut the blue and then go black for Lurrus Reclaimer? How good are the blue cards? I mean, it's expressive iteration. That's the blue card. I already have a Jund version of the deck that I was also thinking about playing, potentially playing today. Where is it? Here. I had this Jund version, and this was the originator. I started building this, then I thought about Jund and I got distracted, and then I thought about Temur and I got even more distracted, and the Temur version was the one that I liked the best, so that's the way that I decided to start with. And we went 4-1. Like that's not terrible. That's not terrible. So actually Tranquil Thicket is worse than is it? Is Forgotten Cave better than Tranquil Thicket for us? How many? We're gonna have to count some sources now. So sort by color. So we're definitely base red. We're definitely base red. Let's move this over here for now. And now these are rainbow lands. We got 10 fetches. These are colorless lands, so they don't count. So these are 10 fetches. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 17 green sources. 17 green sources. 16 red sources. And then 14 blue sources with this, which is fine. Well, yeah, might that fix your mana? Maybe? No, it couldn't. It would make it worse. Yeah, I mean, Maya is a basic forest, right? That's what it is. Are you happy with the main deck? It's not whether I'm happy or not, it's just the card that I need, right? If my opponent plays Rhinos or they play a Death Shadow, I literally cannot kill it, right? So I just have to do something. Like, I need to have a way. I have to leave myself an out to be able to beat a card like this. So it's not about whether I like it or not, it just has to be there. Otherwise, we would be giving up too many matchups. So I guess we can probably cut the breeding pool. But the question now is, do I want one extra? I think that this is fine. I want this to be a tranquil thicket, because now it would be 10, it would be 16 red, 16 red, 17 green, and 14 blue. 13 blue, sorry. No, I guess it needs to be a Forgotten Cave. It just needs to be a Forgotten Cave. Does it make sense to play Fastlands when we're playing Wrenn? Well, the thing is that Burn is in the format, right? I know that they are awful. They're awful, but you know, Burn is in the format, so I have to kind of like watch out for that. Yes, but I have alternatives to Endurance, and I don't really have alternatives to Force of Vigor. Canopies are not an option. I don't want to be sacrificing my lens. Canopies are not an option. I kind of want to play another Sloggin. I just don't think I can really afford to. Bracefin Borrower is also kind of interesting against like Murktides and shit. I have the spell bomb for Murktide. I guess run a foul. If Sloggin was one CMC, would it be Ghost Fast Gurk? Wow, I actually like that. I'll take that. I'll take that. If it had haste. Okay, I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna give this a shot. See how that works out. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this first leak. We're gonna keep working on this little brew, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. See you there.